Of the vacant Commonwealth Super Welterweight female title from Manchester, England, Stacey Copeland. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round for a very gallant combatant from Johannesburg, South Africa.
Nice little trip to South Africa where you picked up the Commonwealth title.
Yeah.
What weight was that?
Sorry?
What weight was it at?
Super welter.
And not only that, another first. You were the first British woman to win the Commonwealth.
Yeah, it was good. It was a great trip. We had a really good week, but mostly from our point of view, the fight itself was really good because we had to change a few things really. And you know, like I was saying it to someone the other week, that those, you know, in those kind of fights, you just in the moment, I suppose, as the boxer, and that's where you need someone you really trust in corner. And Blain just got it spot on, like in between every round. He got it perfect for like what I needed to do. And
not the easiest thing to do, because normally you have quite a long experience for you to go over to a foreign country and go and pick up a title, but it was only your fifth fight. It was your first time you'd gone past 4 rounds, and it was scheduled at 10 rounds, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think no, from as a pro, obviously I'm inexperienced, but I think the background that I had in the amateurs stood me in great stead, because I've been abroad a few times with the England and GB team, you know, as far as like.
But still only fighting 3 rounds though.
Well, 4 rounds, but yeah, that's true. But then all the training that I've done over the last 18 months with Blain has prepared me for
maybe
for
so,
10
but
rounds.
I don't care what you say. To step from 4 to 10 is a big ask, and only your fifth fight. So not
well,
only
that wasn't the plan. I mean, the last 2 fights were supposed to be 6 rounds, but they, as it turns out, they weren't durable opponents or whatever. So I'd stopped them early doors. But we on paper we would have had 2 6-rounders, and then of course in whatever month it was, we were going to have the 8-round. Was it June? Wasn't it? We were supposed to fight in June and have an 8-rounder at Middleton Arena in preparation for the 10. So actually on paper we'd done everything as you'd want it, but that's not sometimes the stabbing at the arena. My fight didn't go ahead, but we're just those kind of people that rather than focus on what hasn't gone right, we'll look at what we have done, what we can control, and we were prepared and ready anyway. But
she was a very, very tough girl, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was really, really tough. She could hit as well, and she was pretty economical with her energy. I think she conserved her energy well, and she knew her strengths. I think the only thing that didn't work for her was that she didn't knock me out, which I think they expected to be able to do. And when that didn't happen, I don't think they necessarily had a backup plan, whereas we did. When I couldn't apply pressure like I usually do, we had a plan B as such, and it worked really well. Yeah,
because she just didn't stop coming forward, did she? So no. As you said, you decided to box on the back foot, box really well, and that jab of yours was a fantastic weapon from the start of the fight all the way through to the finish. I managed to watch it.
I can't make a fist with that hand now.
Well, like I say, she just didn't stop coming forward, did she?
No, well, Blain, to be honest, had preempted that a little bit. That obviously you always want to fight to your own strength, and naturally, so to speak, I'm a go forward type fighter. Really, that's what comes more natural to me. But particularly in the final week, didn't we, when we were over there, a lot of our sessions, when you're doing your less physical stuff but your more tactical, sharpening up and stuff, we did work a lot on the movement, and all the stuff that Blain had done with me in that week worked perfectly well in the actual fight, because we did end up needing to adopt that tactic, and it worked really well.
Like Stacey said, we had plan A and plan B. Plan A was literally, she was smaller than Stacey, she looked like she had a bit of a gut on her. We was like, if you get on the inside and start whipping her with body shots and hurting her, we'll put her away. We can't leave it to the judges. We've just seen what's happened there. And after 2 rounds, it was clear she weren't putting her away. Yeah. So then it was plan B, which was box her head off. But I said to Stacey, you can't just box her head off. We need to put it right out of the hands of, not out of the hands of the judges, but that far ahead that they can't rob us. And I don't think just boxing her off would have done that. And that's why I said once or twice around, you're going to have to stand with her, beat her up on the inside, move, give us some more, then step away and get back on your movement. So if you watch the fight, made for a dead entertaining fight really, because she'd box Red off, then they'd have a bit of a dust up, then she'd box Red off again, a bit of a dust up each round. And I knew that we had to sort of fight her to show the judges that it weren't just running and boxing. You know, we was willing to stand and fight her, but we didn't need to. We boxed her off, beat her up both ways.
No,
it worked perfect on the night, really.
It was a cracking performance. I judge everything by a smile, and I was just smiling all the way through. It was your jab was an absolute weapon, and she was just eating leather throughout the whole fight, wasn't she? And when you popped her down, I think, did they say it was a slip or something?
Yeah,
it was beautiful.
Yeah, until they showed the replay. Yeah, they were pretty biased.
To be fair though, like you said as well there, Stacey's just stepped up from 4 to 10, which wasn't our plan. It shouldn't have happened like that, but it did, and we weren't going to miss this opportunity just because of that. And I was looking in the other corner as I was turning around and that in between rounds, and she finished, as you've seen the fight, she finished a lot stronger than the other girl. And from about round 6, the girl was coming out drenched because they were chucking.
And she's had hundreds of rounds, hasn't she? 100 and whatever.
She's had more fights. She's done quite a few 10-rounders.
And
I thought Stacey was the fitter on the night. We had the altitude to deal with. We had the jumping from 4 to 10 rounds.
The lights.
The heat was mad in the ring because of the lights. Whereas that girl she's used to all that over there.
So it ticked a lot of boxes for you for going forward.
She finished a stronger fighter and was the fitter fighter, yeah.
It did, but I think that's part of what I love about boxing and what I'm in it for, is to find out about yourself and you know, push your limits and test yourself. And that was a test, like you've said, for all of those reasons. Not even just because of my opponent, but because of the nature of going all that way. It was a big risk. It was, like I say, my first 10-rounder.
Worthwhile, though,
yeah, and that's what I love is fighting people who you don't, you know, you believe you can win, but you don't know. Doing a 10-rounder, I knew I could. I was capable of doing 10-rounder. How well, I didn't know. I didn't know if I'd be, you know, out on my feet by round 8. I didn't know, but as it happens, I was still, you know, I trusted in my training, and I know what we do in here. So, you know, it's like I say, that was what I loved about it, was I didn't know for definite. Could I do 10 good rounds at a good pace, and could I beat her? And I found out I could, so that's what felt good after. So
it sets you up perfectly for whatever comes your way now, because you're going to be fighting on our show on the 6th of October in Oldham.
Yeah.
Do you know what that's going to be? Is that going to be a defence, or is that going to be...
Yeah, that's what we're looking at the moment, yeah. We've had a bit of to and froing of what's best to do, but that's ultimately the right decision now, and so we're really looking forward to you know, to getting everything
women's
sorted.
Boxing is really on a high, as in boxing full stop in Britain. I presume there's a lot of big fights out there for you now, you know, with a big name British opponent who would be out there that you'd be looking at.
Well, we're hoping to, you know, the possibility of defending the Commonwealth against another British fighter, because I think for me personally, the next, you know, one of the next steps that would help women's boxing progress here would be domestic rivalries, because just like in the men's, that they're an important part of the game, and they capture the imagination and public interest. Absolutely, and that's what it's about. You know, it's for spectators boxing, isn't it? Particularly professional boxing more so than amateur. So it'd be great to be able to provide that, you know, a bit of a rivalry. But there's also obviously. There's Hannah Rankin at my weight, who's out in New York at the minute fighting. She's gone up a weight to fight for the world title, but you know, if we're able to go abroad like we have, and fight for these big titles, it'd be great to have something here down the line. So, you know, hopefully that'll happen.
Is that an ambition? Maybe fighting on a massive show at the arena?
Well, I don't think you're going to ask any boxer and them go, nah, not really. I'd rather just, you know, yeah, of course it is. It's,
well, it was always your ambition, even as a young girl. You always wanted to be, but you couldn't do it.
Oh, definitely. That's what I used to be doing after me and my dad had watched Rocky and everything, and we'd get the gloves on, have a scrap, and then I'd be making my gum shield out of a cucumber and like squashing it all in like it was custom made, and running around the kitchen thinking I was whoever I'd just watched. So it was always a
not only were you the first women to win the Commonwealth, but you're also the first father and daughter to win senior elite amateur titles.
Yeah,
Because your dad was Eddie Copeland, who still is
Still
Eddie
is.
Copeland.
Unless you know something I don't. With my mum. You never know.
But he was the last Englishman to beat Terry Marsh, wasn't he? Because he beat him in the final.
Yeah, he was. 1979 he won his... so that's something I grew up with, like the ABA title being a big thing in my family, because Dad had won it. And obviously I saw over the years everyone coming up to him saying, oh, you know, or saying to me, I remember your daddy won the ABA. So it was a prestigious thing to me from being young. So that's what I always wanted to do. And then also, you know, obviously things like the British title to a boxer, it's kind of like the FA Cup in football, isn't it? It's a big thing. My cousin's got Lord Lonsdale tattooed on his arm, actually.
Is that Dale?
Yeah. He's got a really good one of Grandad. Our granddad, a really good one of Lord Lonsdale, and then one of Mayweather that looks more like Seal, the singer.
Who's the Mr. Boxing in the amateur scene, isn't he? Roy Richardson.
Yeah.
You know, I remember when I was fighting, I fought a couple of his lads from his gym, and in fact, your dad was in the corner on one of them.
Yeah.
So.
Did you win?
What's that?
Did you win?
Of course I did.
Go on.
Yeah. Stopped him. Second round. But no, it was...
Not that he's holding on to it or anything.
I didn't have many.
We'll get the video in half an hour, we'll get the link.
But no, I like to say, your ring name, paving the way. You're paving the way for women in all sports as well, not just in this, because like you say, you were a top level footballer before this, wasn't you?
Yeah, it's obviously it's no secret that it's something that's really important to me, because I know for definite that one of probably the biggest barrier to me fulfilling my potential in sport has been, you know, the fact that I'm a woman. You know, there's been that many doors closed where, you know, you can't guarantee that you would have, like, for example, if my weight category would have been at the Olympics, there's no saying I'd have qualified for it. I know that, you know, it's not a given, it's not automatic. But to not even have the chance is a different
it's very
matter.
frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah, and also just that feeling of you know, not feeling proud of who I was and okay to be who I was, because so many people thought I was a weirdo for loving footy and boxing. Now they know I'm a weirdo for other reasons, but you know, now hopefully I you know, I want to be that example to other young girls who are like me, that it's all right to be whoever they are. Do you know what I mean? And I think I mean boys too, but obviously.
How long do you think this journey can go on? Because you're not a spring chicken though, are you?
No, do you want knocking off that box though? No, I'm not. I'm aware of that, but it's not something I can really think about, is it? I have to prepare for every single fight, like I have.
Well,
since
I know
started, you know,
Blain swears by, you know, your training routine. It's second to none.
Yeah, I do. To be honest, I don't do anything different. The only thing that's different now is that I try and cut out the running, because I've had that many injuries with my knees through football over the years. It's just sensible. But I think most athletes have to adapt a little bit as they get older anyway. But in terms of that, it's not something I'm not thinking about how old I am when I'm sparring or doing a session. I don't think of it as any different. You know, I take it really seriously what I'm doing. I give it absolutely everything. And I would say that although you can't fight against time, do you know what I mean? Like, do you want me to switch them on?
Yeah, please.
You can't do anything about physical time, can you? It's going to happen. But I think, you know, if you're going to look at the positives, that mentally I'm a lot stronger now than I ever was.
Look how far you've come in. What, you've only been boxing professionally, what, just over 12 months?
Yeah.
And you're already the Commonwealth Champion. So you believe maybe a couple of defences or pick up an English or whatever, you could be fighting for a world title before you retire?
Yeah, I mean,
that is the ambition, isn't
absolutely. it? Absolutely. And you know, if we could have sat here 3 or 4 months ago not having a clue that Commonwealth title was even, do you know what I mean, an option, did we? And
it's crazy sport, isn't it, boxing?
Yeah, it is, and that's why you've got to keep yourself in, you know, a positive mindset, stay in the gym, keep looking after yourself, keep training, and then you just never know then when those opportunities do come,
you're there ready to take them.
Yeah, you're ready to take them, and that's what we're going to do. So you can't have, obviously that's the goal, and I think it'll happen. You know, we've stayed positive through all the bloody things that have gone wrong for us, which they have. You know, we've had that many.
You've got to have a run a good look at some point.
Yeah, hopefully. So
hopefully,
go for it, didn't it?
3 weeks ago was the start of that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
The world number one's from South Africa as well. And when we was out there, we actually really sort of got on with Saul, the guy from Calicoda Promotions. So I do think in the future, the chance might come where we get
To
to fight her
return.
for a world title, and even if we have to go out there, we was actually, there was a point where we might have been fighting her for the Commonwealth, and we was like, yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Obviously she's world number 1, so it'd be much better if we could fight her for a world title, but we was willing to fight her for the Commonwealth. So if we do get offered a world title shot and we've got to go back out to Africa to get it, we'll do that again anyway.
Right,
So we'll be ready even if it was the next fight. Like, she's done the 10 rounds now, you know, we're ready if it comes up any time. So
Which, to
nice
be honest,
to have that in the bank, isn't it?
whatever opportunities come along or whatever obstacles, we're just of the mindset as like a team, if you like, that we're gonna do it anyway, and we're gonna do it as best we can. So no matter what's thrown at us, we're gonna deal with it professionally in a positive way anyway, because we know what we're trying to achieve. So whether it's Africa, America, here, whatever, you know, and whoever it is, we're gonna prepare as best we can, and you know, and hopefully win. That's what we're going to do no matter what.
The next part of that journey is the 6th of October at Oldham Sports Leisure Centre. As I said, we don't quite know what that's going to be, whether it's the defence or something else, but I'm looking forward to watching this journey, and hopefully maybe in 12 months time I might be talking to, because I don't think I've ever spoken to a female world champion before, so hopefully you'll be the first.
Yeah.
Alright, Stacey. Blain, always my pleasure. Thank you very much.
nice one, Lee.